Hi guys, and welcome to yet another very exciting Adobe Audition tutorial. And in this tutorial we will talk about the selection tools that are available in Adobe Audition, and how you can select different parts of your audio track. So first of all, let me bring our audio track into the works area, and as you can see, our waveform is shown and our spectral frequency form is shown. Now here at the top, other than the buttons of the pitch and spectral frequency buttons or icons, there are these selection tools available, and depending on whether you are working in waveform or multi-track, some of these selection tools might be available and some might not be available at the time you are working with them. As you can see, some of these like razor tools and slip tool are grayed out because they are used in multi-track mode, not in waveform. Other than this, these tools which are not grayed out, we're going to be talking about them. The first one of them for selection is this time selection tool, and if you click it somewhere in your waveform and then select it, a duration of the time is selected, and the play it is automatically brought to the beginning of it. Okay, and if you click another place and select it, play it is again brought to the start or the end part of their selection. That is to make you comfortable or make it easy for you to easily listen to the selection that you made, and to make sure that you are happy with it, and whether if you want to change it or not. As you can see, when I select a portion in here in the waveform, the same portion in the spectral frequency area is selected from top to bottom. All the frequency in these is selected in a box sort of selection. The same can be done here in the spectral frequency range also, but this sort of selection, because it's based on time, not based on position or area, it selects everything that is in that specific time. For example, this is duration of 2 seconds or 3 seconds, then it selects every amplitude wave, or every sample rate, every frequency and everything. But suppose you do not want the entire area of this to be selected, because you want to delete or remove some background noise or reduce it or change something in it, and you want a specific frequency to be selected. Okay, let me adjust this a little bit. Suppose you want a frequency that is playing at 8K or 6K, and you just want that to be selected. For that purpose, you can use the marquee tool. Marquee tool does not select time selection, or it does not do the time selection. As you can see, as I have selected this area, nothing has been selected in the waveform. But if I do this with the time selection tool, it does select everything in the waveform also, in the spectral frequency area. Okay, now let's go back to the marquee selection. Suppose I want to remove from this portion of the audio track all the frequency that are in the 6000 and 4000K range. I select it like this, then I can delete it or remove it or apply a special effect on them. For example, noise reduction or de-esser, de-hammer, stuff like that. So for that, the marquee tool is very good, because it does not make selection based on time, but it does it on according to position and area that you specify in the spectral frequency range. Other than that, if you want to even more precise selection than this, okay, there is the marquee tool. And if you have worked in the Photoshop application or software ever, you would be familiar with these tools do. With marquee tool, you can select and make even the shape of the selection that you want to select, for example like this. Okay, and then you can even drag it around if you want to bring it to somewhere else. And notice one other thing, as I bring this selection downwards, it becomes enlarged. When I bring it up, it becomes reduced. The reason for that is, if you look at this scale of hertz of frequencies, it is not a linear one. This scale is a logarithmic scale, which it means is that, look at the distance between the 1K and 4K. It's this big. but the same number of frequency exists between 6K and 10K, but at the top the area between them, or the distance between them, is very much reduced and very small, although they have the same number of frequencies in these areas. So keep that one thing in mind. Other than these tools, you can also use these zoom out and zoom in keys for selections, and having precise area to be displayed in your track so that it can be edited or effects could be applied by it. If you zoom in here and you want to zoom out and you want to cancel this selection, you hit this button. A keyboard shortcut for it is Control \. When you hit it, you are totally zoomed out of the track and the place. If you want to select the entire audio track, then you double click with your mouse and the entire audio track is then selected. If you want to reduce the size or the amplitude of your waveform, then these buttons, other than the zoom keys here, they do that purpose, or they serve that purpose. For example, look at this minus or zoom out amplitude button. If we click on it, our amplitude reduces in the waveform like this, and if I click on the zoom plus button, our amplitude increases and our amplitude decreases. Actually, our amplitude is not decreased, actually we are zoomed out of it. This button zoom out of time. Okay, now we are zooming in time, not in amplitude. So there is the difference between these zoom keys, these 4 keys and stuff. And for example, if you want to zoom out of the entire track, then you click on this last one button, which is zoom out full. Shortcut for it is one small keyboard plus \. So these are the selection tools. If you will be working too much in the Adobe Audition and audio track, then you need to know these keys to do proper selection and to apply proper effect and do proper editing. The other keys or the other tools, I will talk about them and display their functions in the upcoming tutorial. Till then, that's it for this tutorial, guys. I hope you learned something and enjoyed it. I will see you in the next tutorial. Goodbye for now.